Phil, you've not presented before, have you?
No.
No. Okay, well, let's find out what Phil's going to talk about for 5 minutes, starting now.
So, hello, my name's Phil. I'm going to talk to you about travel. I work here at the University of York. I used to be a UK recruitment officer. I now do international student recruitment, which I'll come on to talk about in a second. Now, I always thought travel was this really glamorous thing, as idolised by Pinterest. If you kind of Google that kind of Pinterest phrases, words, inspirational quotes, there are thousands of things, which I found when I was trying to put this together. It was difficult trying to choose them. I do like travel. I'd always really travelled to European countries. In January 2013, I got the opportunity to go to Taiwan. Does anyone know what this building is? Taipei 101, yes. It looks a little bit like noodle boxes, and it's amazing. It kind of has, it swings in the wind, you climb to the top of it. When I went to Taiwan, I also had to do some work. I didn't just kind of sit and do karaoke and then kind of play on the night market. Here's me pretending to talk to some students, quite happy, trying to kind of entice them in and talk about the university. I don't always have a creepy grin like that. But travel is a wonderful thing, and I've had the opportunity to go to many amazing places. Again, backed up by some of these Pinterest quotes. I always found travel an amazing kind of feeling, going to some quite exciting places. This is a kind of a map of where I have been. Recently, kind of more these kind of orange places in the middle. I've never seen or been to any of these places before, but I'm working in the Middle East at the moment, so most of these places are where I've recently been in the last few months. Again, here are some exciting pictures. This is the tallest building in the world. This is the Burj Khalifa. I didn't climb to the top of this one, I just took a selfie there. And then in, because they can't take selfies nowadays, and this is me in Petra. I also do try and have some downtime, not working all the time. I try to tell my friends I'm not always on holiday. People assume when you go abroad, you're going on holiday. I'm normally going to work. This is me taking some pictures by a pool, trying to get some downtime, which does piss off my friends quite a lot. But the downside to travelling with work is you've got to kind of get your head around the expenses. This is just some of the random currencies I've tried to work with. Most of the numbers are in Arabic. So a big part of my job in the last 6 months is learning how to count in Arabic. The other big thing about my job is I do spend a lot of time in airports. So this is Abu Dhabi Airport, very glamorous, looks a little bit ethnic, lots of ethnic things there. And this is Saudi Arabia Airport, lots of kind of fountains in the desert. But a downside to it is, because I'm working in the Middle East, you can't always go out, so I've got a lot of time either by a pool or in my hotel room, looking outside of a window, looking at the sea, going, it's a bit too dangerous to go outside. The other thing about my job is, recently when I was in Saudi Arabia, I was interviewed by Arabic Saudi TV. I thought it was being pre-recorded. Turns out it was broadcast live across the entire country. Random. I do also spend a lot of time on an aeroplane. This is a snapshot. It's quite cool. If you go on the BA website, you can actually do a count of where you've been, how long you've been in the airport. Could be quite depressing when you work out actually how long you're sitting doing not very much. But one of the good things about travel is you do get to kind of see some very random stuff. So things that get a little bit lost in translation and stuff there. So again, not fair. I did take that one and have this down. And then you find a lot of bureaucracy, needless bureaucracy, stamping kind of passports and stuff like that. The other thing I have learned is some of the countries I go to aren't exactly the glamorous places. This is in Kenya in March, I think. Just guards walking around with kind of AK-47s, Kalashnikov rifles, trying not to kind of get shot. But the big thing about my job is I do get to travel and meet some amazing people. And that's kind of the point of my talk really is, if you don't travel very much, you haven't travelled a lot, do go out and meet lots of people. I've been very privileged to kind of go out and meet lots of students. Again, another Pinterest quote here, summed up by Maya Angelou. Travel, I think, broadens your horizons. You do get to go and see a lot of different people. You get to experience lots of things, and hopefully they become your friends. The next steps, there's a lot of kind of grey there. Hopefully in the next kind of few years, I want to try and fill in a lot of that with more orange. You know, I actually haven't travelled that widely, maybe just this bit in the middle. But the best part about travelling, I think, is managing to come home. I've spent in 6 months, I think I've been away for 12 weeks. I've not actually spent that much time at home, so for me it's lovely to go back and actually spend time with my friends, my family, and actually just being able to enjoy the fact and reflect on how much travel I've done. I just want to finish off with a lovely, again, quote from Pinterest. So please do, I encourage you to go out and travel, see the world a little bit more, and go out and try and meet as many people as you can.